Hey folks, I'm Becky. Welcome back to our channel, Enduring Finances. Today we're just going to be taking a quick look back at the month of June for me and what happened in my business with finances, with photography, and with my personal life. So let's get into it. So I will have to say that June was by far one of the busiest months that I have had as far as moving pieces and different trips that I've taken this year. So we started off the month by heading up to Northern Idaho, just north of Moscow, to Hayburn State Park, which is where I had a reservation to stay there for a few nights. I was specifically looking for farm and rural type photos that kind of captured the culture of the area, because that's what one of my clients requested so far. And of course I couldn't not go and see different lakes and different wildlife, and so I spent quite a bit of time chasing the sunsets and the sunrises and chasing after moose in particular because they are very heavy in that area. I was not disappointed. We saw 3 different moose, multiple elk, multiple deer, a couple raccoons in the middle of the early morning running across the street. Just tons of wildlife and beautiful green area. It was a little bit flooded just because of everything that happened with rivers in Yellowstone, and it just kind of moved on through, and so there were roads that were washed out and fields that were completely just water, and lots of devastation in that regard, but not nearly as bad as what happened in Yellowstone. But it was still a great trip. I think I got some pretty good photographs. Here are some of my favorites from that trip, and I'm excited to get those ready and get those rolling. So it was a fun trip to Northern Idaho, just south of Coeur d'Alene, right at the bottom of Coeur d'Alene Lake. Went ahead and ended the month, like we talked about. I've been training to do Mount Borah for the past few weeks now, which Mount Borah is the highest peak in Idaho at about 12,662 feet of elevation total. So pretty tall, and it's about a 4.25 mile hike up to the top of this, and you climb over 5,300 feet, which is a steep incline. Like the average incline is like 26 to 30%, and then there's like a 40% section, and it's a really intense hike. Like, it's not a fun hike for you just to go out and do for fun. Like, you have to have the purpose of getting to the summit, or else it's really not worth it because it's not fun and it hurts your knees on the way down. I know my goal was to make it to the top. I was training really hard to get to that point. Unfortunately, I did not make it to the top, and here's why. It's not because my body gave out on me and I wasn't physically fit enough, because that would have hurt my feelings a lot. People talk about the scramble that you get before you get to Chicken Out Ridge. So you climb up like 3.5 miles, 3 miles-ish, and then you essentially start scrambling. And when people talk about scrambling, I think of like, oh, like you're like crawling maybe, like using your hands a little bit to help you get up something. Scramble, you know. This was not a scramble. This was a rock climb. And I am scared of heights. I'm very, very scared of heights. It's something that I've worked on, and I've done rock climbing before a few years ago, and when I am comfortable with it and build up, I can do better with my fear of heights. This one, I wasn't expecting it. I was prepped for Chicken Out Ridge and the drop off and like just moving through it, and I was mentally prepared for that. When it came to climbing this rock wall with very limited handholds in one specific section and a sheer drop-off that goes, and it's like you slip, like you will die. People have died doing this before. I couldn't get myself over it. So we short roped. My brother was very nice and short roped me up a little bit and made me feel a bit secure, and I climbed maybe 60-70 feet up, and then I just hit my limit and I couldn't go any further. I was borderline going to have a panic attack, and so he tied me up to a rock on this little cliff. We're going to call it Becky's Point. And he went ahead and summited and did a great job with that, and then came back down and then short roped me back down, and we hit the trail and we just booked it down the hill. And overall, like, it was fun. Like, I enjoyed doing it with him. I don't think I would do it again because it really hurt the knees, and I ate it coming down the mountain. I've still got scrapes on my arm here from it, and luckily I didn't cut anything seriously because I fell really hard, and I landed at a hiking pole in one hand, and I landed back on my arm, and my left butt cheek took the grunt of it, and it was quite painful. So overall, fun experience, hard trail. Don't think I would do it again, especially not without training to climb like that, because that was really hard for me. So as far as business goes, I think we had a pretty good month. We made a couple of different sales of 3 different prints, taking home $54.58 after taking out the printing and the shipping and all of those expenses. We made 10 cents from stock photos, just sitting there, very passive income. I didn't do anything to upgrade those or do anything. That's just residual income from the work that I've already done. And then we only made 3 cents from website ads this month, which is okay. No one clicked on any links, and we didn't put a whole lot of effort into it as we were focusing on the photography and getting out there and experiencing those things. So I'm still happy with that, bringing our total of business income to $54.71. As far as my investments goes, we ended up the month of June with my stock portfolio at $27,906.54. We have $98.28 in cash on hand ready to be reinvested. Get more into that in the second video that I make, breaking down my stock portfolio and what happened with one of the companies. And then of course Lending Club is down to $155.19, bringing our total investments in just these to $28,160.01. And of course we made $92.79 in dividends, which is really good. We made $1.65 in return from Lending Club, so just a small residual income from that as it filters off. And then of course $3.96 from our high yield savings account, which is now valued about $3,000. So we see our decrease, but that overall value of that went down, meaning we saw a return of $98.40 in our investments overall. Now, additional income. I talk about Rover being a big month for me in June, and it was. And on top of that, I got paid a little delayed for some dog sitting that I did in May. So we got $100 for dog sitting in May. I attempted to donate plasma. I ran into that protein issue. We talked about it before. My protein levels were low. They wouldn't let me donate. I went in and did 2 blood draws for them, and I got paid $5 for each of those times. And we are back up and ready to donate in July. For Lyme, I earned $265.24 for moving scooters. I made $489.67 for watching dogs with multiple people and doing dog walks, and doing house check-ins on dogs when people were away. So dogs came to my house, I went to other people's houses, and then I just walked dogs and let them play in the river as their owners suggested. And then of course I got paid for, again, that space rental that I have in my yard for the RV for someone that is a very close friend. So we got $200 from that, bringing our total additional income for June to $1,064.91. So a very good total overall, bringing our total from investing, business income, and additional income to $1,218.02. So this is our biggest month that we have had. Rover did very well. Hopefully that'll continue in July. I know scooters are going to be big with the 4th of July and moving right along into summer. And I've got another trip planned in July where I'm going to be going out, and probably won't do very much photography with that one, but I think it'll be fun. It'll be a good fun trip with family and just getting out in nature and exploring the beach in some state. I wonder what state. Overall, I think we did really well. I think we're moving through the summer on a very high speed, and I feel very positive about where we're going. I have clear-cut ideas and a plan and what we're doing, and so we are just moving right along. And now, when I get back from this trip, I am excited to get back into lifting weights again and see that initial gain within those first couple of days, honestly, a week or so of that pump that you feel when you get back into lifting after you've taken a break. So I am still moving towards my weight loss journey. We did see a decline with that because I was training specifically for Mount Borah, which meant that I wasn't training to lose weight, but we are just cruising right along with that, maintaining a healthy lifestyle, being active, being smart with our finances, and making sure that we have a safety net in these precarious times. So I think that wraps it up for us, guys, and I will see you in the next video where I break down all of the dividends from June and talk about what happened to a specific company and how it impacts my portfolio. So I will see you next time, guys. Bye-bye.